Hello everybody and welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So we are going to be taking a brief look at Carenado's Mooney M20 Ovation. Take a look at this. The window opens. Look at that. Absolutely fandabby-dozy. Now just underneath it does say do not open above 132 knots. I think that is. I have to say, on one of my previous flights, I opened it, I just had to try it, and it didn't go down too well at opening that window at speed. Now, another little feature on this aircraft is this iPad feature here. Now, it gives us various options on it, including opening the door and the luggage area. There's no door on the pilot side, by the way. If you're a rookie pilot like me and you're wondering, is there a door on the pilot side? No, there isn't. So let's just close them doors. We do not wish to take off with them doors open. Another feature, there we go, the doors are closed. Now another feature is the pilots. Take a look at the pilots. We're not using the generic pilots that are available in the base game. This plane has actually got its own pilots. And on this little iPad feature here, we can actually remove the co-pilot. There you go. So I quite like that iPad. There's a few other features on it regarding cold starts, which I'm not going to go into on this particular video. I've just set because we just started on the runway and it's all set up for us. Now I've just switched the heat switch on, which is lit up in blue there. But here we've got a prop de-ice. And I don't think this plane, well, I can't find it anywhere. I've looked all over the place for a prop de-ice switch and I cannot find one. But what we have is a defrost, a cabin heat, a cabin vent, and next to it we've got the park brake, and up here we've got this lever here, static port valve. I haven't a clue what that is, what it is or what it does. If somebody can explain that in the comment section below, that would be absolutely great. I'm just a casual flight simmer. I've never seen this aircraft before. I've never seen one in real life, I don't think, so I know absolutely nothing about it. Yeah, so there you go. So I've been trying out this on-air company manager, which is an add-on. You can trial it for 5 to 7 days for free, and then after that you do have to pay a subscription fee, which probably is around about £3 a month, depending on what subscription you take out. Now I'm not going to be doing the whole flight probably today. I don't think I will. It's going to take too long. But we're going to be flying up to this little airfield up here, and I think that is a dirt strip airfield. Now if there's an emergency, we have got Anchorage Airport, which is just to the east of it there. So this flight probably may take 40 minutes, I don't know, so I may not do the whole flight, but I will most definitely do the takeoff and the landing. Now we've got the landing lights and all the you know, all the strobe lights, etc. up the top here. Now the only problem I found with these switches was at night time they were difficult to see. You had to use your little headlamp, your little torch to actually see them. I couldn't find them in the dark. They were quite difficult to see. So let's set this up. I have had a little few flights with this aircraft previously, so I know a few of the basics, but I don't know the Garmin here. I've not used that for a long time, so I'm not going to touch that. It's already programmed in. I don't know if there's any problems with that in the game. I've just programmed it in at the menu. Let's just depart here, get this air traffic control out of the way.
Papa Alpha Hotel Oscar, traffic November 48 Mike Quebec, taking off runway 22 north departure.
So as I've set this up already, started on the runway, the flaps should be set, and the handbrake, we're not driving a car, the park brake is it off? We'll soon find out when we apply a little bit of throttle. Here we go, chaps. Hold tight, seatbelts on. Not sure if there's going to be a little bit of crosswind on this runway. We are in Alaska, so there possibly could be a little bit of a crosswind. Oh, we're going off to the right. Oh, this isn't the best takeoff. You've done wobbles. Getting up in the air quick. Up, 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 up. Chomps away. Right, undercarriage. Can't find the button. There it is. I like the sound of the undercarriage when it comes up and down. I really do. You get a good thump. So we're going to be turning to the right. So my first impressions when I flew this for the very first time was it felt quite sporty. It felt like a nippy little sports car, and I believe it is described as a sporty type aircraft in real life. And I did notice that it's quite nippy.
November 48 Mike, Quebec Anchorage Center. Squawk 6245.
Having done a few flights, I can actually understand why they describe it as a sporty aircraft, and the feel of it feels completely different to any of the other planes that I've flown in FS2020 at the moment. And I was sitting on the fence whether or not to buy this because it retails at $24.99. And I was iffing and ahhing, and then the weekend it was chucking it down with rain, and there was not a great deal to do, and I was stuck indoors, and I thought, what the heck, that'd be 25 quid, that'd be $24.99, I'll give it a test run. And I have to say, I'm not regretting it. It was a little bit daunting at first because you have to learn the aircraft. Each aircraft, when you get in them, they're all slightly different, and you do have to take the time to actually learn them. Well, I do anyway. Right, autopilot, nav. We want nav. Follow nav. Altitude hold. It should start doing this automatically now and flying itself. So we just sit back and do nothing, and that's all the exciting bit over and done with. We just do nothing now except sit here and monitor all the knobs and dials and switches. It's an easy life, isn't it, being a pilot? It's easy on days like this because it's nice and clear. When the weather's bad up here flying Alaska, oh, it's terrifying. Especially when I'm flying. So if I've set all this up right, and I am new to this aircraft, I am learning the systems on this one. I'm quite good on a lot of the aircraft, but this is brand new to me. If I've set this up right here, we should climb to 5,000 feet and hold. So I'll just have to keep an eye on that. I don't want to go any higher than 5,000 feet. It would be just a short flight. So as you saw there, I've got the green paint job on this plane. When you actually purchase it, there's a few other colours available as well. You don't have to have the green. I think there's possibly half a dozen colours available in the aircraft. These lights here up here, you actually turn on and dim down here on the yoke. They do work, by the way. Now, fuel-wise, I believe you have to manually adjust the fuel. So you've got fuel in both wings, so what you don't want to do is have one wing heavier than the other, I presume, in aviation. So down here somewhere, I know it's down here, just readjust the camera. Down here is the switch to change the fuel feed from the left to the right. So no, we don't switch it off wobbles. So we put it on the right one. So we've got slightly more fuel, only just slightly more fuel, just in the right wing there. So now we will start feeding fuel from the right wing. I don't think it's automated on this plane. Some of the aircraft they are automated and it does it automatically. I think on this one we manually change it, so you have to watch your fuel there. I'm not sure what happens when you get loads more fuel in one side. It should be off balance a little bit. I'm not sure how the game reacts, so I've absolutely no idea. But yeah, let's have a look at the fuel valve switch there in game. But if we look on the wings here, I can actually see it. There is a gauge for the fuel. There we go. It tells you how much fuel you've actually got in the wings, I believe, there in the fuel tanks, and it does work. I have seen that moving, so that actually does work, and there should be one of them on the other wing as well. This here, you can see where the icon is. That's one of the speed brakes. You press the lever and a little spoiler comes up on the wing there, which is pretty cool. Now for you techie people, the visors come down here. For me they're just there to block out the sun, but for you techie people, on the back of these you've got some useful information regarding cruise power settings and fuel flows. Now that totally bewilders me. I know nothing about all them figures up there. I'm just an average casual flight simmer who knows nothing about planes. Now at the back here, sat down there, a fire extinguisher. Can we get a better view? There we go. Nice little bit of safety equipment. Right, at the back there's a little gauge. You can just see it right at the back. That gauge there tells you your flight time, I believe, how many hours you've had in this aircraft, and as you can see, I think that says 5 for me. So I am really a rookie. I think you've got to have at least 1800 hours on there, haven't you, to be considered some sort of serious pilot in the plane. So I'm way off. I've only just purchased this. Oh dear, 1800 hours in this plane. I wonder if I could do it. So overall, my first thoughts on this aircraft, it was the $24.99 that was putting me off. That's why I was sitting on the fence, not knowing a great deal about airplanes, being a casual sim flight gamer. The $24.99, because the game is already costing me a lot of money. I brought the premium deluxe version, so there's a lot of money gone into this game, and I was thinking, do I want to spend another $24.99 on an aircraft? So yeah, I'm actually glad I did. The price, I wish it could have been cheaper, but I don't regret buying it because I actually enjoy this aircraft. Now regarding the physics, it flies differently to me. It flies differently than any other plane in the simulator. It does feel quite sporty, quite responsive. It goes up in the air quite well, and of course it goes down really well. So yeah, once I got used to the gauges, because it's getting in another aircraft and learning it again, they all feel different. I actually don't regret buying it. Now, regarding the price, obviously, you know, I'm an average gamer. I would have loved to have seen this slightly cheaper, a little bit cheaper. I'm dreading to think how much some of the airplanes in the future are possibly going to cost. Probably, I wouldn't be surprised if some of them are going to cost double the price of this one. I really wouldn't be surprised at that at all. But maybe if it's the price putting you off, maybe, you know, look out for the sales, because you possibly could get some good deals in the sales maybe later on in the year. And I don't regret buying it at all, this aircraft now. On air warning, 45 degrees. Is that? Get a warning for that. Well, there's no passengers on board, is there? What's wrong with that? Right, the airfield. I'm lost. I think that's the airfield down there. And it looks just like a dirt airfield. I'm going to have to watch my airspeed. That's why we're getting that bleeping. I pulled the throttle back now, so it thinks we're going into a stall, but I could overstress the aircraft here, so I need to slow this down. Look at the speed there on the beep, 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 beep. I've got the throttle down, trying to scrub that speed off. Otherwise, it could be game over. So the airfield, or should I say dirt strip, is just below me. Can't actually see it, but it's just below me there. So I believe in real life this is a privately owned airfield, and we are going to land on it. We're not following aviation rules. This is just, you know, it's just a light-hearted look at this aircraft, a little bit of a let's play. If you know, and you may learn something. I doubt it, but it may give you a little bit of an insight into this aircraft. If, like me, you're sitting on the fence, should I buy it or shouldn't I? So I'm going to attempt to land this plane. Look at the sea, by the way. Look at the sea. It looks nice and calm. When it's rough, you can really see the waves on the ocean. Have you noticed that? I've flown in some terrible weather flying Alaska up here. So I'm turning quite sharply. The on-air manager isn't liking that, isn't liking my turning.
Weed 320 at 5 knots.
Oh, thank you very much. So there's the airfield, or dirt strip. You can just see it straight ahead, 12 o'clock. Oh, you sounded like a professional pilot. Right, landing lights on. This could end in a disaster. Put your seatbelts on, brace positions. In we go. Absolutely horrendous airfield lining up here. We're totally off. We're blaming that on the crosswind. Prepare to brace. Undercarriage down. Like the sound when that comes down. This aircraft has got a speed brake on. I might use that just before we touch. I might put that on because we're coming in a little bit too fast, I think, here. Let's put the speed brake on. What's this going to be like? Hold tight. Oh, we're down. Are we down?
Landing time logged.
Oh, we're going in the trees.
Landed at Papa Alpha Bravo Golf, Beluga.
I thought for a minute we were actually going to go into the trees. It veered off to the left. I had to quickly adjust on the rudders there. Where do we park up? I'll park up somewhere down here. And say goodbye. So that's my first look. It's a light-hearted look at this new payware plane that is available.
Papa Alpha Bravo Golf traffic
So-
November 48 Mike Quebec is clear of the runway.
I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all again real soon. Tally-o!